Merry Christmas and welcome back to the Re-readable podcast. I'm KG.
I'm Sammy.
And we're so excited that you're here today. We know this is a big holiday, but today we're going to be doing our best of 2025, and we felt like this would be a fun episode to publish on Christmas.
Yeah, can't believe we made it all the way to the end of the year.
I can't even believe. It's been a big year.
But we have some big highlights.
We had some good books this year.
Yeah, we did.
Last year, I feel like I read some of the best books of my life with us reading ACOTAR and stuff for the first time.
I can't believe that was just last year.
I can't believe
We've read so many books since then.
I know. But I was like, nothing's ever going to top it.
Right.
And it still is my favorite series, but I do feel like we read some very good books this year.
Agreed.
So I'm pretty excited. So I think how we're going to do it, Sammy, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, you lay it on
We're
me.
just going to like go through different categories.
Perfect.
So, you know, like best sequel, favorite author we discovered this year, like
good ones, yes.
Least favorite fantasy, like these kinds of things. They're some of our big things that we're gonna hit on. Hopefully we've touched on everything. We tried to do good and like
we tried to get all of our normal categories.
Yeah,
we have some young adult, we have fantasy, and of course we have romance. So
we should have done closed door, like favorite closed door. We can maybe on the fly. I'll be thinking about it while we go.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, so you know, our normal bread and butter, nothing too out of our comfort zone.
No.
But for our first category that we have, and these are all just in completely random order.
Oh yeah.
But for the first category we have, we're gonna start out with best sequel.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
You wanna start us out?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite sequel of the year was Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood.
Such a good one.
I
KG.
loved it, and I thought she improved so much even as an author too.
Yeah.
Because Re-readable was okay to me.
Cute.
It was so cute, and I'm really glad I read it. I had a good time, but this one was just
Uncharmed was outstanding.
It was so good.
It was one of my favorite reads this year.
I
which
agree.
Is pretty crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Very cute.
It was so good.
It was a very solid 4.5 stars for me.
100% it was. That's what I rated it as well. So
I think it was my favorite book club book I read this year too.
Mine too. It was my favorite one too. Still is.
Still is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was great. So that was my best sequel of 2025. What was yours?
Such a good one. Okay, mine, I just went back and forth because you guys know me. I read series like it's going out of style. And so to pick a sequel is like picking a favorite child to me because I just read like, I should have counted. I feel like I probably read like 20 series this year, if not more. I don't know. Maybe that's a crazy exaggeration, but I feel like I might have. But now I'm even thinking about it. Another sequel came to my mind. My instant sequels that came to my mind.
Give us your gut.
I'm giving I'm going to have to give like 4. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Like Unloved by Peyton Corinne came out this year, which I'm going to get back to that one. So I will give it its flowers in a few minutes. The second book in Molly Gowen's Boston Blues series, which was Coach Me, was outstanding. Both of those have been 4.5 star reads for me, which is like, and her first book was like her debut book, and like they both have been incredible.
That's impressive.
Well, maybe it wasn't her debut book. It's the first of this series. I lied to you. That was a complete lie. But then The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore, which you guys out there hating on Dream Harbor series, you guys have lied to me, and you guys I'm a little bit like mad at low-key because the Dream Harbor series is cute.
I've got to read it now. I've been hesitant.
Every book has gotten better. I will say the first one was a little more like insta-love, insta-lusty, and it was kind of like, it was fine. And I could see someone judging it and being like, they're all like this, they're all stink. Well, you have to read the rest to know that. And you know me, once I start a series, I'm in pretty deep. And I'm like, I gotta know what happens to every single person in here. And there are 2 people in the ones that are in Annie and Mac that are in the Gingerbread Bakery that we meet in like chapter 1, book 1.
Oh, wow.
And then we get to book 5. KG, you're going to die. Book 5, when we get to their book, it's not only an enemies to lovers that's been built up for 5 books. We find out they have a previous relationship and it becomes a dual timeline second chance romance.
No way. So enemies to lovers and second chance romance?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta read it. This is made for me.
I started reading it and I said, huh? What? What do you mean? I gave it 5 stars. I loved it.
Oh, I can't wait.
I loved it.
Can't wait.
I can't believe like people hate on this series. Like I can't get it.
Wow.
If you guys are hating, then you guys are just hating to be hating, I think. Like, just because it got popular on TikTok,
Wow.
maybe, I don't know. But it was,
I do feel
It's
like when
cute.
books get popular on TikTok, all of a sudden the chainsaws come out because
Right.
people are like, "This isn't a real book,"
right.
You know, but
you guys can leave me alone because I had a great time
I'm
reading it.
so glad you did.
And the
they're
next one
gorgeous.
comes out. Yeah, they're so cute.
They're gorgeous.
The next one comes out in the spring, and I can't wait. So,
Did you read the novella? I saw when I was like on Goodreads looking at the list, there was like a little half book.
well, I'm going to go find it because no, I have not.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not a thing, but on Goodreads it was like a little 3.5 or something. And I
Oh,
guess it was
well.
like, I don't even know.
Sam's going to have to read it because
don't
I haven't
know.
seen it. I also think on spur of the moment, I would maybe put Gloves Off, which was Stephanie
Oh,
Archer. That was a new
That's fair.
that was a new one that came out in a series this year as well that I gave 5 stars. So
Oh, maybe I should have put The Mistake.
put it in there. That was a sequel in the book. Go for it.
Forgot about that.
Put The Mistake. Yeah,
I gotta put My Boy Logan.
you gotta.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was too hard of a question for me.
Dang, best
I
sequel was tough.
I have picked actual answers for most of them. So
That's okay. We
I
started off
out.
with the hard one.
Yeah, I'm
Started
sorry
off
about
with the
that,
hard
everyone.
one. No, it's okay.
Okay.
The next one is the book that made you cry.
Woof. Okay. Book that made me cry the most, and I knew this answer. Answer. I knew this answer instantly.
I did as well. I didn't even have to think. Isn't it
No.
funny how the ones that you sob
Yeah.
in immediately, you know?
Immediately. So I'll go first on this one. Mine is Make Your Shot by Callie Melly. And this is the 5th book in the Aston Archer series. In this book, we have a single dad, Nanny. Nanny is the coach's daughter, so it's kind of like a forbidden romance. But Caleb, who's the MMC, the single dad, he's a hockey player, the captain of the hockey team. We've seen him through his brother's story, which was book 4, and we've seen him as the captain since book 1. But what we've also seen is that he's a widower. And his wife tragically died, and he's been taking care of his daughter, obviously without the mom.
Wow.
And so this was one of the I've read a couple books like this before with love after loss, but this was one of the first ones I've read that I was crying
Oh yeah.
from start to finish.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. It was so tragic and heartbreaking, but also just so well done with this love after loss and the survivor's guilt and the moving on in such a respectful way. I loved it.
Oh man, that's
but
a good
also bring your tissues because I cried in this one.
Oh dang. Okay, good to
So
know.
good.
Wow, that was a good one. Okay, I have 2, and I feel like this one I cried more on. So I'll
Okay.
start with this one. But it's Wild Reverence
Oh, I knew
by
you were gonna put
Rebecca
that in there.
Ross.
Yep.
I cried boohoo cried probably 3 different times in this book. It was
Perfect.
it was to the point where I was by my husband. He was taking a nap and I woke him up. I was crying
Not woke
so
him up,
hard.
crying
Yes.
hard.
He was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yes, I promise I'm good." But it was just
leave me alone though.
oh my gosh, that book, I talked about it already, and I'm kind of like Sammy said, I'm gonna give it its flowers a little bit later, but I don't let this deter you that I cried.
Yeah.
But it was just literally gorgeous. And it's what's that called when they call it something, but forbidden love? I don't know that it's necessarily forbidden love, but it's
star-crossed lovers.
yes, thank
Yes.
you so much. That's what it
'Cause
is, because
it's
she's a goddess and
Right.
he's
I was
a
gonna say
human
he's
man.
mortal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It got to me.
Yep.
And one thing about Rebecca Ross is she is not afraid to kill people off either. And so I definitely was wary of that. But then sometimes it's all fantasy. They'll be brought back or whatever. So it's
Right.
I can't ever hold my breath because you
Yeah.
just don't ever know. So
Yep.
it was so good. And I boohoo cried in that one insane amounts. And then I could barely write my review. I'll watch a clip of that book and it'll have a quote or something immediate. It's bad. I posted on our Instagram the other day that it got moved on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, everybody needs to go read this book now because you don't have an excuse. It's free. And then I was crying.
I was like, your eyes are getting glossy right now just talking about the fact that you cried.
And then I got on TikTok and it was a video about it, and then I said, done.
It's over.
It's done. It's so good, and everyone needs to read it. I'm waiting on you
Amazing.
to read it. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. And then the second one, I don't know that I cried as bad, but like I still cried a lot. And it was Love at First Book by Jen McKinley.
Okay.
I never hear people talk about this book, and I'm sad about that. And so it was a one I bought on an impulse. I've talked about this before on BookBub, and it was so good. And it's about a girl who due to some things that happened, she claims that there's a book series that saved her growing up. And it's like her favorite book series, and the author like never finished it.
Yes.
And so she ends up applying. She reaches out to this girl and then ends up applying to be her assistant, kind of to help her finish the last book. And she finds out when she gets there that the author is like dying, that she has like terminal illness. And oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And she ends up falling in love with her son.
And isn't that just your worst fear?
Yes.
If Sarah J. Maas or like
oh
Rebecca
my
Yarros,
gosh, I just can't even imagine.
isn't that just the worst?
Terrible. Yeah. So I did not expect to like this book as much as I did. Like I kind of went in and was like, the cover's cute. I got it for cheap. And it surprised me so much, and it was so good, but the ending was very bittersweet, and I was crying.
Yeah, I would understand why.
It was really good.
Okay, those were good. So if you guys are looking for a couple of
A tearjerker.
tearjerkers, those are the ones that you can count on. Now while we're kind of at a load,
Yeah, we put these here for a reason.
do you want to move on to most disappointing fantasy?
Yeah.
Do you want to start me out?
I think, do we have the same answer?
Oh, yep, we sure do.
Okay, yeah. Our most disappointing fantasy by a long shot.
Yeah.
I read quite a bit of fantasy this year, and none of them compare. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah
A. Parker. Yep.
We've talked about it already on the podcast. I still don't actually know what happened.
Yeah, I couldn't even give you a synopsis of what happened.
I was thinking
because
about that. I don't know.
I think that my review started when I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What happened? I don't understand what happened. I have so many questions still. But not in a way that's like, oh yeah, duh, it's fantasy and like you'll understand in the next book. No. I think about the scene where they go to that like almost like caveman thing, like
that's
brawl.
why I put in my review that Loki the book made me feel gross, and that made me feel gross.
I think about that all the time, and still I'm like, what happened there?
It was insane. It was almost like the author took, no shade, but just like I feel like they took the things that are selling right now, and it was just like random things like that, and then they made it into a book, but it just didn't make sense.
The dragons were pointless.
They were a glorified taxis. I said this in my review.
That's right.
They had no purpose at all.
Him remaking the egg that her dragon was from or something.
But then she also had a joint personality. Freaked me out. I do not like that at all.
That was a jump scare.
I don't do split personalities, and that gave me a freak out.
That was wild.
I didn't like it.
Her like not admitting that she's like gone crazy.
Yes.
Nothing made sense to me.
No, and then also the glossary was at the back of the book, so I read the whole thing and didn't know it was there.
Yeah.
It was like reading a book in French. I don't speak French.
And some people say to like listen to fantasy books when you can't understand it because it'll help you.
Maybe I should have done
that. And no, I was going to say I
okay.
listened to it after a while and I still was confused.
I don't understand.
It
was really not good. I rated it 1 star.
And I was looking at like 2026 like most anticipated reads, and that was on the list sequel? And I was like, it is. No. And I will not be reading it. I said I don't know what happened in the first book.
I kind of do want to know what happens with her, but with the daughter at the end. The daughter was the only one that I semi-cared about.
I couldn't tell you who that was.
Oh. Remember how...
Nope,
Remember how she's in the prison at the end? She gets a little
I do.
The note, and you find out that she's the daughter of the 2 main characters.
Yep.
And they had a baby together, but she was married to the other guy.
And that's when, and that's obviously part of the point of her, losing her mind,
Yeah,
kind of.
exactly.
Something happened there, but man,
Yeah, it was nuts. I'm yeah.
it was far and away the most disappointing fantasy that
I
I
may
read.
just listen to a recap.
That's a
later
good
and be
idea.
Like,
Maybe
I
I'll
don't
listen
think-
to the next book. I definitely will not spend the time reading it.
No way.
If Libby
No
finds its way
shot.
to me, then I'll read it. But
I
or I'll
wouldn't
listen.
pay to
But
read it.
Mm-mm.
It was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely my most disappointing.
and
Okay.
if you liked it, I mean, flowers to you because
Yeah.
it wasn't our
And
tea.
I've heard a lot of people who loved it. So I definitely know that there are people out there who sing its praises. It just
It wasn't
for
ours.
us.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, next is most disappointing romance.
Ooh.
What were yours? Did you do multiple?
I did multiple
Okay,
just
go
because
ahead.
you know me, I can't make a decision.
Well, romance is your main genre too.
It's true,
So
it's true.
You read the most of them.
Okay, so I'm all over the place, and I'm really sorry. I'm gonna start with a really hot take.
Okay, wait. What is it?
I do not think that I'm an Emily Henry fan.
This kills me. I know. I was wondering if you were gonna say this.
I read Great Big Beautiful Life when it came out, and I also, in anticipation for the movie,
Yeah.
read People We Meet on Vacation, and I gave them both 2 stars.
That makes me so sad. It's okay. They're
And
not for everybody.
I started my Emily Henry journey with Book Lovers and loved it.
Yeah.
And I might need to just I'm gonna see if I can find it on Libby or something just to listen to maybe get me back into the vibes
Yeah.
of Emily Henry.
And you liked Funny Story, okay?
it
Was like okay, but you didn't hate it.
but I think every single book I read by her, I just it gets worse to me somehow.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know, and I know that's a very hot take.
that's okay.
I
I think you would hate Happy.
Oh yeah, I do
Happy
not think
Place,
I'm
is that what
going
it's called?
to continue in my.
I
Emily
know that
Henry
we have
journey.
some mutual friends that literally are
She-
like best book she's
yes.
ever written, but I genuinely think you'll hate that one.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna like People We Meet on Vacation, and I was wrong. But Happy Place, I know you will not like.
yeah, I know that's a hot take, but I did not like it, and I don't. Yeah, I don't
It's
need to
okay.
talk about
It was
forever.
disappointing. We are still very excited for the movie.
Yeah, I'm
excited about
I'm
the
excited to
cast.
watch it, but I'm also like, I don't know. It was
Well,
disappointing to
It's
me.
okay.
Then I will also add first time caller. by
This was
BK
mom. This
Borson.
is on mine.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
You guys know we love BK Borson.
Love her.
And I am so excited for the second book in this series, which is And Now Back to You.
Which also, not to interrupt you,
no, you're
cutest
good.
title.
It's very
What
cute.
a cute title.
Yeah, this whole the first one looks so cute, and she tried to do way too much, and it was so clunky, and there was
Yeah.
so much going on. And I've said this before. I think I enjoyed the glimpses of the couple in this new book that's coming. In the last book that I found disappointing
Mm-hmm.
more than I did the couple that the book was about.
I agree.
There was so much going on, and there was just it just was really unnecessary.
Mhm.
Like conflict, really. I don't need to get into it, but it wasn't for me, and I was really sad because I'm a huge BK Borson fan, and I'm obviously still going to read her stuff, and I have it on my bookshelf, so clearly it wasn't that bad. But I do think I gave it 2 stars.
I think I gave it 2 stars.
I wasn't a big fan. I will say another one on my list was The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia
Yep.
Thompson.
I remember this.
Alicia Thompson. I'm not sure. Sorry if I'm messing up the name. This cover, stunning. It's a baseball book. I was very excited. It was one of my first baseball season reads this spring when baseball started back up. And I think I said in my review, I think I gave it 1 star. It needed to be called The Art of not catching feelings, but The Art of Catfishing.
Which is crazy.
Because this girl basically heckles a player and then slides into the player's DMs to apologize, but doesn't say it's her. And so he somehow clings on to this conversation, and it's just finally someone gets me, and isn't feeling sorry for whatever, blah blah blah. And then they basically fall in love over social media, but then somehow she starts working with the team.
Interesting.
And so then they also start physically being very attracted to each other in real life, but she knows it's him, and she's basically emotionally connecting with him through the social media, and then physically connecting with him in real life. And he is torn because emotionally he really likes this girl, but physically he's also very attracted to this girl. So he's like in his head, like,
oh, poor guy.
and she just will not talk to him.
That's
like, will
so
not tell him.
manipulative.
And it goes on for so long. It's literally catfishing. I was like, okay, this will be cute for like a week, and then she'll be like, oh my gosh, like it was me, haha, this is awkward. Or like when they finally work together in person, like, hey, whatever. I mean, it goes on forever, like for so long. I almost DNF'd it, but I just had to know how she dug herself out of the hole. Like, she hooked me there because I had to know how she dug herself out.
Wow.
But it was not good.
I don't like a deception plot.
No.
So
and that was the
understand.
whole thing. I was
Yeah.
just like, you have to be kidding me right now.
Wow.
But let me see if I have any others listed here. I think I had another one. Disappointing romance. Oh, I also did The Dare by Elle Kennedy, which I waited on the Briar U series, which is the second Elle Kennedy series in the Briar universe. And
I would also include this. It was so disappointing.
It was
the series as a whole.
The series as a whole was not her best series. I mean, out of all of the Briar ones, definitely the least favorite of them. But this book, to end the series with, I was so disappointed.
See,
Connor was not
didn't
great.
dislike it as much as you.
I didn't love, I don't even remember her name. I blocked her out.
Where are they?
But they're way up at the top.
Oh.
But
See, The Risk is the one that did it for me.
no, see, I couldn't take the dare. I can't even remember her name. But
Oh, gosh.
They
I can't
both-
remember her name either.
they both,
Connor and...
yep, it's Connor and someone. Yeah, sorry guys. See, I blocked it out. That's how much I didn't like it. I just
Dang.
took it and pushed it to the side.
Yeah.
But like, they broke up twice for the exact same reason and just had such terrible
Yeah.
communication. And it was just like, you can't keep making the same mistake. You're driving me insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I understand. The series as a whole was just not as good. Okay, mine. I have two, but I could also include that series as a whole, the Briar U series as a whole. But I'm gonna go The First Time Caller by B.K. Borson.
Yeah.
Just disappointing. All in all, I don't have to repeat
Yeah.
everything Sammy just said, but it was just like, I think it was her first book after Love Light, and we loved Love Light so much. I had way too high of
Our
expectations. I think
were high.
they
You're
were
right.
just like probably unattainable. So I mean, I can admit that was probably on me, but it was like Sammy said, it was way too much was happening at once. I mean, we had the storyline from the bakery across the street, her house, her daughter.
Oh my gosh, the bakery.
like,
I forgot about that
yeah,
too.
I mean, it was just like
The
so
family,
much.
her family
Yes.
was its
Uh-huh.
own little sitcom.
Uh-huh.
It was just
Uh-huh.
like, it's okay to have all of that going on, but we don't need
It was just too much.
to see all of
It
it
was
going
way
on
too much.
the whole time.
It was way too much.
And everyone was meddling. It was so much.
It was insane. But I'm very excited for the next one because I do feel like it's going to be better. But it was just
Agreed.
disappointing to me. And then this one made me really sad. But it was The Love Haters by Catherine Center.
Yeah.
I really like Catherine Center. And I loved The Bodyguard. And
Yep.
that was like one of my biggest like surprises, I think, of the year of how much I ended up enjoying it. But this one was so disappointing. I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but she took it too far with like body dysmorphia and like eating.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even think it was like an eating disorder, but she was like so insecure about her body. And as a woman, I think every woman has felt this way at some point in time. I know
Right.
I have, but like there wasn't any growth. Like
Yeah.
this was the main plot of the book, like more so than her relationship with the guy. And I was just like, girl, like
Yeah.
you're driving away every relationship in your life because this is the only thing you know how to talk about. And I
Right.
was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And it was too much. And I'm all for a girl like getting over that, like coming to love herself.
Right.
But I don't really feel like she ever got there. And it was just like the main plot of the story, and I was just about done. And I thought maybe it was just me, but then one of my friends read it, and I was like, I don't know how you're gonna feel about it because I just couldn't. And she DNF'd it. She said I could not care less. She was like, I totally
hate
understand like girls feeling that way.
Right.
But it
can't be her
was-
whole personality.
It was her whole personality.
Yeah.
And she would call her best friend daily to like cry about it. And I'm
That's
like,
too much.
oh my god.
At some point you have to grow. I understand.
And she was a full adult. Like,
you have de-influenced me. That is for sure.
and I'm so sad about it. I definitely want to read some of her other books, but that one was
right. Like The
disappointing.
Shippers comes out next year.
Yes, and I do want to read that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do want to read that. Very cute cover. Her covers are adorable.
Yep.
But yeah, that one was very disappointing to me. Okay, last one. Most disappointing YA. Sammy.
Ooh. Okay. This is going to hurt you.
I know it is.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So for those of you that know, oh my gosh, this is 2025. 2024, I started reading Carval when KG told me I have to read Carval. I think maybe after you read it.
Yeah.
And she loved Carval.
I loved it.
I read the first one and the second one, which is Carval and Legendary.
Uh-huh.
And I had to stop. I said, I cannot move forward in this.
So sad.
I loved, was it Scarlet?
Yeah.
And I did not love Tella. And when the second book was Tella and I knew the third book was going to be Tella, I said, I am out of here. And so this year I picked it back up.
And it's both.
And
it's both girls.
It's both, but it does lean heavily in Tella's favor. Yeah. And I had to rate that my lowest rated of all of the fantasy I read this year. I love Stephanie Garber, and again, we'll continue to read anything she puts out because I love a closed door fantasy, and her worlds are just magical.
Very good.
They're beautiful.
Very good.
And Once Upon a Broken Heart is like, I'll talk more about that a little bit, but I don't think she knows how to wrap up a series.
Yeah.
And so Finale was kind of like,
I do get that one more because she was prepping for Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like the finale was the last one over there, Curse for True Love. That one disappointed me more because I felt like that had so many unanswered questions. And she's agree. Like done now. And I was like,
well, apparently she has a new novella coming out, so hopefully we answer some questions there.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But I don't know. I feel like, and this is also, I feel like part of the reason, I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't read it yet, but I didn't love who Tella ended up with because I loved a certain other character. But I knew that character got his own story in Once Upon a Broken Heart, so I wasn't like that upset about it. But I think that's also part of the reason I felt like so let down is because I was kind of like, these two sisters end up with these two brothers, and it was like
love him.
And I was like, this all seems like a little too convenient, and I didn't love that. And so it was good. I think I still rated it like 3 stars, so it wasn't like a 1-star book or anything like that. But I think most disappointing young adult would be Finale for me.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry, KG.
No, but it's okay because you're gonna laugh at what my most disappointing was.
No.
Spectacular.
Mine,
we're not trying to come at Stephanie Garber because I literally love her.
That's crazy.
But this novella she came out with last year around the holidays, and I never got to it. I think we had so much going on.
And the cover's
and
cute,
gorgeous,
it's
and
a
so
really
I
pretty
ended
little
up
coffee
getting
table
the
book.
European one when I was in Europe.
Right.
And it's like a nutcracker, not a nutcracker, like a ballerina on the
Yeah.
front. Gorgeous. Like the book, don't read it on Kindle because
white with the red.
Oh my gosh,
Very
the
pretty.
illustrations alone are worth purchasing it.
Yeah.
But I don't quite know who she turned into when she wrote this book because it truly felt like somebody else wrote it. Like I'm being genuine. Like I've read everything that she's written besides her newest book that just came out, and this book felt like nothing of her usual. Like it was nuts. Like it was like she got kidnapped, but it's supposed to be a Christmas book. And don't be doing that for a Christmas book. Like it was so weird and just odd. It was just not good, and it was not good. And the illustrations were so cute, and even her chapter names were so cute. Like they all were holiday themed. So it just had all the makings to be a great book, and it just was bad. So
disappointing.
Yeah. But I love the rest of the series.
That is not to deter you guys. We do really love
Carval
Stephanie
is
Garble.
so good.
Stephanie Garble is what I just said. That's fine. I mixed up all of that together.
It's okay.
Stephanie Garber, and KG's favorite series is the Carval series.
Yeah.
Mine is the Once Upon a Broken Heart
series. So obviously
series.
they're both good.
So we do love them, and we just, these were our least favorite. But again, mine was 3 stars, so it wasn't like it was terrible.
Yeah, I think this one I rated lower than that. But
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so now let's talk about some of our favorite. Yeah, let's move back into some happier things. Very smart, KG. Let's go into our favorite authors we discovered this year.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about
this
it.
one was kind of hard for me because I had a couple that were competing, but then I did read a lot of repeat artists. They are artists.
They are
authors from last year.
Okay.
So when I was thinking about it, I went back and forth. So I'm going to say 2 actually, because I do feel like I need to give her a moment.
Yeah.
Carissa Broadbent.
Yeah.
I deleted her because I was like, maybe I'll just do 1. I do feel like she needs a moment. I was very pleasantly surprised by her as an author, but as a whole, the reason I took her off is like the series, those 2 books in the middle of the series I read by her, I just didn't care for. But then the other author, I'm gonna say I loved all of them that I read by her, so I was like, okay, maybe she wins. But my big author that I feel like I'm the most proud of that discovering this year was Bethany Turner.
Yeah.
I loved her Adelaide Springs series.
It's everything I want Emily Henry to be.
Yes, honestly. And they're closed door, but so good. I feel like
so mature.
The one thing that Sammy and I've talked about is we love a closed door book. Like, please, this is why we have our guide. This is why we try to be mindful of the books and things that we're consuming. But the one thing that you miss is I think their relationships end up being very surface level.
Yes.
And I get sad about that, is I'm like, I don't know if you would make it in the real world. Right. I think you guys are in the honeymoon phase right now, and I don't know that you make it.
100%.
Her books, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, they were so much depth, what you're saying, like, so good, but still so cozy. You're getting all the small town vibes that we love from, like, a B.K. Borson, Sarah Adams. Like, those kinds of vibes.
And also just the, like, cultural references.
Yes!
Like, it's not in, like, a silly, goofy way, but, like, it's just... It seems so real.
Yes.
Like, it's just so, like, how we all speak.
Yes.
It's not like a caricature of a person. Like, it's just so authentic.
I think she's amazing. And her ideas for the concepts was so unique. The first book is, what is it? Not Wes. It's Brandon and Sebastian hate each other.
Yeah.
She's like basically on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And I've never read a book about something like that, and she ends up having to go back to her hometown. The second one was also unique. They're like besties, but then they end up having to go somewhere else due to something that happened. I feel like I can't say because that'll give it away. But and then
friends
the
to
last
lovers
one,
that have been in love with each other for a while and then forced to like decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last one I loved. Sammy didn't love this one as much, but I loved it. She's an ex-CIA agent and he's running for presidency. Yeah. And I just like the most unique concepts for books.
They were very unique.
It was
concepts.
so good.
But her writing is stellar.
Yeah, so she wins it for me as the author.
That's
that
a
I'm
really good one.
Consistently, because I loved Carissa Broadbent. She would be for fantasy for sure, but I feel like I read some things by her this year that I could have left. But Bethany Turner, everything I read, loved. So I feel like she got to take it for me.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I can talk about Chelsea Curto and Peyton Corinne until I'm blue in the face. So flowers. Can you believe that you discovered them this year, though? I cannot.
I can't either.
Peyton Corinne is, if she writes it, I will read it. I am glued to her social media. Like, when she posts something, I'm like biting my fingers. Like, oh my gosh, I love them all so much. This series is, the Undone series is so good. And then I know Chelsea Curto has been around for a while, but I've just discovered her. And again, the DC stars, I cannot say enough about. I'm obsessed with them. I love them. They're perfect. Those are 2 that I've discovered this year that I think first come to my head that I just like am obsessed with. But Bethany Turner is also a great one because we discovered her this year, and I love her.
I love her.
Her writing style is so good.
She's phenomenal. Yeah.
So those were all really good.
I think
options.
I know she is. She's definitely my favorite closed door author for sure.
For sure.
So
she's up there on my list too.
Phenomenal. Love her.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, biggest surprise book. So this one was one we decided to do that was like the most surprising that you end up liking it as much as you did.
Yeah.
That's kind of our thought behind it.
Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and say your answer would be probably my answer too, but I didn't want to take your answer.
That's okay. We could have had the same. We had the same.
We did have the same on another one, but I didn't want to take your answer for a couple of them because it felt like a cop-out. So I'm going to say that this was a 5-star read for me, was Play Along by Liz Tomforty in the Windy City series. And you guys know I love the Windy City series. But it took me a really long time to start it because I'd heard back and forth things. And the first book, you know me, I got to read a series and I got to read it in order. The first book was Mile High. And you know, like we try to be very mindful, like we've said, of like about what we read and how we read it and stuff. And obviously the title Mile High is a bit of an innuendo. And we were kind of, I personally was like, I don't know, like what should I do? And so finally I was like, I'm gonna like bite the bullet and I'm gonna do it. And that doesn't happen in the book. She's a flight attendant. And that's kind of where it comes from. So just in case anyone out there is like me, was like, you know, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. She's a flight attendant for a sports team. The hockey team that Xander plays for is their like personal flight attendant, which, fun fact, Liz Tomforty was also, before she started writing, or when she started writing, she was a flight attendant for a professional sports team, which is how she got the idea to start this whole series. So
such a cool concept.
Yeah. And people really hate on Mile High, which is Stevie and Xander's story. And it was very, very good. And I mean, the whole series was. But I was so pleasantly surprised by Play Along that I feel like that's why I gave it the moment of like best, like biggest surprise book. Was really the whole series was kind of a surprise to me, liking it as much as I did. But that book in particular, like, I was like, oh, Marriage of Convenience, it'll be cute. And like we've seen Isaiah like pining for oh my goodness, what's her face? Can't think of her name. It's the whole time. And we see like that whole thing coming from a distance, but it was very good.
I'm so glad.
So
that was a good one.
That was mine.
That's a good one.
But again, I would also copy your answer.
That's okay. Then we can, this is for both of us. Mine was Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. If you don't see, I mean, this is like not a type of book that we would normally pick up. Loved it.
Yeah.
Ate it up. Could not put it down. It was so good. If you know nothing about it, this was a book club pick for us. And it was about 2 different girls. And one girl, you get her timeline from before and present. And presently, she's a curator for the Met Museum in New York City. But then before, when she was young, she worked for an archaeology dig site in Egypt. And so she's like an Egyptologist and now works for the Met. And so you kind of get her before and after timelines, and it all ends up kind of like interweaving. And then the other girl, she's an intern for basically Vogue. They call it something else, I'm sure, for copyright purposes, right. But it's Vogue. And she works for Vogue and is like helping them prep for the Met Museum.
For like the Met Gala.
Yes, thank you, the Met Gala. And an artifact ends up getting stolen from the Egypt section of the museum during all this planning and everything. And it was so good.
It was like the most unlikely pairing. And like we said it was 2 girls, but it wasn't like 2 girls the same age. No. It was like an older woman,
basically grandma and like
like a granddaughter. Yeah. And there's also like a little bit of romance on the side, but like it's not like the plot, which is also like for us, like, you know, different.
Yes.
But it was so good. It
was so good. I think about this book a lot,
actually. I do too. And honestly, that could be the top of my like biggest surprise because it wasn't something we would normally pick up.
I wouldn't normally pick it up.
And there are a couple books that we did read like this year that I was like, this is why I wouldn't pick this up. But this one, I was pleasantly surprised with.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely my biggest surprise, and I did not expect to like it as much as I did.
So truly, if you guys like are looking for just like a palate cleanser or something completely different,
easy read.
It's an easy read. It's an easy listen. If you want to listen to it, I listened to part of it. It's good.
It's very good.
Okay, so next, I want to do prettiest covers.
I'm excited.
My prettiest covers, I'll go first because I know this was yours last year.
It was, yeah.
So mine is going to be the Once Upon a Broken Heart covers.
They're gorgeous.
Specifically, the pink UK ones.
Yes, because the US ones are not as pretty.
No, sorry, Stephanie
Yes,
Garber.
right.
It's not as pretty. The UK pink covers,
Prettiest
like
I've
the
ever seen.
stained glass, the like flowy like ribbons.
Can you even?
I cannot.
Oh my gosh, which one's your favorite though?
Oh, that is such a good question. It might be either The Curse for True Love or Once Upon a Broken Heart,
Yeah.
even though technically The Ballad of Never After is my favorite of the books.
Yeah, but just
The cover wise,
Yeah, I think A Curse for True Love is my favorite.
they're
They're so
stunning. If you
They're
guys are
gorgeous.
watching on YouTube, you might be able to see it on the screen on that fantasy shelf. They're beautiful.
If not, look them up because
Yeah,
they're worth a
even if
look.
you can see them, go
Oh
look
my
them up
gosh.
so you can get like a real close
They're so-
like oof.
they're so gorgeous. Sammy and I special ordered them.
Yeah.
So we could get the UK version.
This is so embarrassing. I am not someone that would be like, I'm going to send back you a present, but I got them as a present for my birthday. And I straight up went to my mother-in-law and was like, I am so sorry. I love you very much, but you need to return these, and you need to get the correct ones because I need the very pretty ones.
Yes,
I was
yes.
like, I'm so sorry. I love you so much.
No, girl. I understand.
I
They're
had
worth
to.
it. They're worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I couldn't get the UK covers for Carval because I think they're also
They're
prettier.
also really pretty.
But I couldn't find those. Like they were not really for sale, or if they were like hundreds of dollars. So I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do that. So anyway,
What were
that's a
your
good
pretty
one.
covers?
Okay, mine. I went back and forth. Mine was I had a hard time because
Okay.
I picked some. I read some pretty covers this year, but I think I'm gonna go with A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Have you seen the
Yeah,
cover of it? It's
I think I have.
gorgeous. The blue one with like the waves
Yep.
and. It's very beautiful, and I'm also coming off of a high because I just read them, so I was like, oh, but I think that won't be
I think
mine.
I saw them on your Goodreads.
It was beautiful.
Okay,
was
that was a really
gorgeous.
good choice.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, after prettiest cover,
Oh.
let's hit a strong one with favorite romance.
This one was good. I knew mine immediately, and the funny thing is, we said so. First book that's probably for both of us.
I think we have a shared one, and then we both have two
But-
different ones.
Yes, but the shared one, Beg, Borrow, or Steal, we read this in January of 2025. So this was one of my first books that I read in the new year, and both of us looked at each other and were like, "This will make the Hall of Fame for 2025."
100%.
And here we are.
And here we are, and it has. There's almost nothing that could top this book.
There's
This is
nothing
without a
wrong with
doubt
it. Like,
Sarah Adams' best book.
hands down, it's not even a conversation.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh man, and we've already read In Your Dreams, which is the newest one that's coming out. Oh, probably like a couple of days from now when this episode is coming out. So we got very blessed to read it early, and it's not as good.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's good. Don't get me wrong. Any
Read
trip
it.
to Rome is good, but
this one, it just hands down takes a cake.
yeah, as an eldest daughter,
Oh yes, agreed.
this book, Emily just
Oh my gosh, yeah,
it hit
it did.
everywhere for me.
Oh my gosh, and I loved Jack. Like the glasses.
I cannot.
Say
And as a
less.
teacher, these two feuding teachers, I said, okay,
I loved
okay,
it.
I love.
I loved
Yes,
it.
thank
I need
you.
Alex to wear glasses.
Truly,
My gosh,
sometimes David wears his blue light glasses, and I'm
Oh.
like, okay,
I kind of love it.
I kind of like this.
I know. Good grief. My husband's never even been to the eye doctor. And I was like, that is terrible, Alex. You could be blind as a bat. We don't know.
We don't know.
So we got to take this man.
Gotta take this man.
I need him to get
Yeah,
some
those are like
glasses.
the romance MMC, like gotta click like check
Yes.
off boxes,
Love
glasses, a backwards hat,
I
the
love
gray
it.
sweatpants. Those
Oh my
are
gosh. I told Alex this recently, not to keep talking about him, but I said something about gray sweatpants, and he was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? That's not a thing." And
You
he
don't
wasn't.
get
he wasn't
it.
mean. Like I just like rolled my eyes, but he was like, "That's not a thing." And I was
You
like,
don't
"Yes,
get
it
it,
is
Alex."
a thing." I was like, "It's a thing for girls." Like
our
it's a thing.
sound engineer right now listening to this.
Yes, I know. Thank
Alex.
you. I know he
You don't
edits.
get
He
it.
helps us edit our episodes, but I was like, "Love, I'm telling you, it's a thing."
It is.
I need to get him a pair of that and glasses.
Maybe I should get a David a pair
Oh
too.
my gosh, that would be so funny.
That would be
if we-
hilarious of us.
if we
We're
did,
a little
like,
deep into
gift,
the romance. That's
and we were
so
like, we got
funny.
one for both of you.
Yay! You're welcome. And then you guys can come and watch Taylor Swift's new documentary with us. Yay!
Exactly.
Perfect book
Oh my gosh,
boyfriend in
that's
real life.
so funny.
Such
Yep.
a tangent. Sorry.
It's okay, but it's a phenomenal book.
Yeah,
Read it.
we
5
cannot
stars.
recommend it enough.
Yeah. What was your second one?
Okay, I have talked about this, and I said I'm giving it its flowers,
Oh,
and
I'm ready.
here it is.
Ready.
I cannot talk higher of Unloved by Peyton Corinne. I I know I'm not going to get choked up, but I know that in my review, I talked about like, if I could give it more than 5 stars, I would. It was a book for anyone that has ever, yes, the book is called Unloved, but anyone that's ever felt unloved. And I feel like it like healed like my inner child, or just like really even my inner adult, like just someone that's felt at any point in your life like unwanted, or like second fiddle, or like you're in a group of friends but you're on the outside of the friends and you're not the best friend, you're just a good friend, or like whatever it is. And I am also a sucker for a learning disability and a learning disability rep, and Peyton Corinne handles very like challenging and very mature content in all of her books so far, but she handles it with such care, and even something that some people might not think is that big a deal, like a learning disability, and she handles it just again with so much care and just with so much maturity. But these two characters, I can't speak higher of them. I absolutely loved Rose. She was just a hopeless romantic. And then like Matt, Freddie, whatever you want to call him, he a hockey player, because you know, sports romance girlies, you know me, but he had several learning disabilities, and she was his tutor, and they became very fast friends. But the thing that they kept saying to each other was that you'd be easy to love. And both of them just needed someone to love them.
That is very
and
cute.
even if you can't relate to feeling unloved in that way, these two were just like someone that you can root for no matter what. Like someone, like this couple was just, they deserved every happy and good thing in the world. And you just knew that they would make it, and you just knew that they were just like the best of friends. And I mean, I cannot.
That is sweet.
I cannot sing his praises enough. Peyton, if you are listening, or if any of you are listening and you've not read it, and I'm going to force it down KG's throat one of these days.
Again, 2026.
I adored this book. And I've got, I had the privilege of reading her newest book that comes out in Unsteady, that comes out in April, I believe. And it's a continuation of this series, and we get to see Matt and Ro in that book as well. And
I love that.
So good.
That is really sweet.
So the Undone series, go and read it right now, everyone. But that was probably my favorite of the year, other than Beg, Borrow, or Steal.
I love that. Good romance books.
And I read that like way back in the spring.
We read these two.
I've read like 70 some books before since then.
Ago.
So like it's not like I read them recently and was like,
oh no,
I liked this.
Same.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, Beg, Borrow, and Steal was in January. And then my second book is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle.
Also, we read these right around the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I loved it.
And it's getting a movie.
Yes, and it's becoming a movie, and I am hyped for it. I'm so excited. We've talked about this book some before, but it's just like, I feel like talking about Sammy, like healing things for her, I feel like this book taught me a lot, because they were engaged, but they were they weren't already married, but they were like about to break it off, and it was just like sad. They were like coming up against their wedding, and it was hilarious, like so funny, but also just like watching the way that they learned how to better care for the other person. I feel like I learned a lot, and I was like, that sucks when someone does that to me. Like I don't want to, I need to make sure that I'm not doing that to Alex. Like it was just like a helpful book that I feel like I walked away loving it, but then also it was like one of those books that I was like, could take things and apply to my own life. I loved it. I cackled reading it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was funny.
It was so funny. It was very good. I've got to read something else by her now. That's the only book I've read by her. Yeah, but it was great. I can't wait to watch the movie. So it was great.
I'm excited it's getting a movie. And like, it's one of those books that like you hear like people we meet on vacations getting a movie, and everyone's like, of course it is. Yes. Like it's Emily Henry.
This one was,
but this one's like under the radar. Like
surprising.
I still feel like
no one talks about it.
Bagley, is that how you say his name?
Actor.
Like it has a star-studded cast.
Yes.
And still, I don't feel like people are talking about it enough.
No, I can't wait. I feel like the movie's gonna blow up because it is hilarious. I think people are gonna be like cackling, but it also has. It's so funny, but then also has like really sweet quotes. Like the time he drives through the night to like come, just
tender,
really tender.
tender.
It's really sweet. Okay, favorite YA book.
Favorite YA book. Ooh, we have the same one.
Okay, go ahead. Take it away.
Okay,
because I did Big Brother still.
Okay. I've got, and KG has got Wings of Starlight by Allison. Is it Safrit? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, something like that. I forgot to write.
Sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong.
But you know the book.
Yes,
you know the book.
It is for my Disney Pixie Hollow Disney fairy lovers out there. This is basically like a prequel to like that universe, and like prequel to Tinkerbell and stuff. And it's all about a young Queen Clarion when she's a princess, and her basically falling in love with the warden of the Winter Woods, and having to choose like trying to save her kingdom and protect the kingdoms from this like ancient monster, a nightmare monster, and choose between like duty and love and protecting the warm seasons versus the winter season. And this also, if you guys are looking for a winter book to read, such a good recommendation for the winter. But it is heartbreaking and beautiful, and you know how it's going to end because
if you've seen the movies,
seen the movies. But it was so well written.
Oh my gosh, it was exactly what I've been waiting on since I was like 10.
I mean, I have been like, when we knew that this was coming out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be devastated, but I can't wait. And it's stunning. Number one, the cover, the art, beautiful.
But the writing is stunning.
The writing,
the descriptions for Pixie
Hollow.
Hollow.
You were in Pixie Hollow.
She nailed it. I feel like that had to be hard because you already have all these like ideas of what Pixie Hollow is, and she really captured it in words. It was good.
It was beautiful. So that would be mine.
Oh, I agree. It's mine.
It was a beautiful book.
My favorite YA.
If you guys are looking for like a really fun but also a little bit heartbreaking like young adult book, like
it was so good.
Especially if you like the Disney fairies, I recommend.
It was so good. I do feel like I should say an honorable mention really quick because I almost put this one in, but then I was like, no, Wings of Starlight takes it. But honorable mention would be Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibn. I can't say her last name. I don't know how to say it. I'm really sorry. But it's like the Secrets of the Nile or something like that. But it's a duology. The first one was okay, but the second one was good. Yeah. So that was a good YA.
That's a good option.
Yeah.
And the covers are very pretty too.
Oh, gorgeous. I think I need to own them.
Yeah, I think you do too, especially since you went there.
You're right.
Okay. Favorite fantasy. Do you want me to start us out?
Yeah, go ahead.
This was on recommendation from my girl KG.
I'm so proud.
And I've got Divine Rivals. It did. It made my cut. I put Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And I also, I'll put my other one in a second. Divine Rivals, get its flowers. It was one of the most unique fantasies I've ever read. Very cozy, kind of giving like London-esque vibes, like during a war. And obviously, we've talked about it before. I won't get into all the details. This is a good book to read this time of year too. I feel like it just kind of gives the season, like fall or winter, like it's very cozy. So Divine Rivals, I gave it 4.5 stars. I loved it. I put a second book in here, kind of like honorable mention, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did another Rebecca book, but Rebecca Yarros. I did Onyx Storm. And this comes from a resident, like, Rebecca Yarros hater.
Yeah, we're not huge buddy fans.
I thought Onyx Storm was great.
It came as a surprise.
I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, I did too.
And, I mean, it was like a love letter, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know there's 2 more to go, and Lord knows when we'll ever figure out the rest of the story, but I thought this was such a good book. And it deserves a moment as well.
It surprised me. It really did. I agree. It's a good honorable mention.
Yeah.
That was a good one to include. Hard to believe that was this year.
I know.
Wow. Yeah. Very good one. Okay, mine, to no one's surprise at all, if you listen to the podcast at all, mine is Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadway. That was my favorite fantasy I read this year.
Love it.
Still stands.
Yep.
I loved it.
Adding
I thought
it to
it was
my winter
phenomenal.
TBR.
I'm trying to get Sammy to read it. I just thought it was so good. And I feel like up until that point, I had not read a fantasy that I loved in a while. And this just came
Took the
at the
cake.
right time.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Okay, are we finally at this is the big one.
we are.
Oh, okay. This final category, and then we're going to share our like 5-star books of the year. But this is our favorite book of 2025.
Yeah.
And we've read, how many books have you read this year? And it's not
I
over yet.
think
So
at this point I'm like at 140.
dang.
Yeah.
Sammy is she's a queen. That's such a good job.
Call that postpartum depression, maybe. I don't know, but
I mean, you had a lot going on this year.
we did.
So,
It's fine.
And you've been on some trips and things like that. Yeah, it's a hobby.
It is.
But what was your favorite book of 2025?
Okay, so I gave it its flowers already, and I'm going to give it flowers again. And again, this is Unloved by Peyton Corinne. I think that this is my favorite book of 2025.
Wow.
I, again, cannot speak more highly of Peyton Corinne. We've had the privilege of meeting her twice and getting to see her speak twice. She's so eloquent.
Such a nice presence.
So yeah, she really is. And and she's so kind meeting her in person, not just like hearing her on stage speak. Like she's just genuinely very kind. But I loved this book. And I know I've already talked about it, but Ro, our hopeless romantic, and then Freddie or Matt, whatever you want to call him, our like hockey player with his learning disabilities, that were written with such care and such like tenderness in their relationship. And I've said this already, I'm gonna repeat myself. This is for anyone that has ever felt unloved, like second fiddle, anyone that's felt like they were best friends, in a group of best friends, but they weren't the best friend. They were a good friend, or they were on the outside, or they were just like second place. Like anyone, even if you don't relate to that, which again, I feel like healed me inside. I think that this couple is such an easy couple to root for, because they just were so devoted to each other, and like they kept telling each other they'd be so easy to love. And I mean they were easy to love.
I love it.
They were easy to love. I loved them both. You couldn't have wished more happiness for a better couple. And I recommend this book to anyone with ears. And I talk about it nonstop, and I think about it nonstop. And this is far and away my favorite book of 2025.
Ooh, that's good. That's
so
really good.
Unloved, Peyton Corinne. If you haven't heard it already, I recommend the
to read
Undone series.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You lay it on me.
Okay, my favorite book of 2025 is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I didn't even have to think about it.
Yep.
Like when I thought back on my year, it was just not even a question to me. Even amongst my 5-star reads, like I was like, sorry, something got in my eye, y'all. I'm not crying. I promise.
Sure.
I cry all the time about this book. I promise I'm not. It's like something is poking me. But this is my favorite book. It is the prettiest book. I just can't even imagine. I think about it. I'm not lying. This is like my Roman Empire. I think about it daily, for sure weekly. Like, it is so good. I've thought about it a lot. I definitely am already ready to reread it. Like, it was so good. I thought it was such a fun addition to Divine Rivals. Divine Rivals felt done to me. Like, I was like, I'm okay with where it ended, and I'm okay with it. But this was just like, ooh, it was really good.
Yeah.
And it was a good addition to the story. And it didn't feel like a money grab situation where they were like, this was successful, I'm going to add something else. It was just fantastic. I haven't read anything like it before. It was really good. I loved it.
Oh, I love that, KG.
I can't wait for you to read it. I hope you like it.
I do too. I'm excited.
I really think you're gonna like it though, because I haven't heard a single person that I know has read it that have given it less than like 4.5 stars.
That's crazy.
Which is insane.
I'm excited
if you
to
look
read
at her, if you guys look up any book of Rebecca Ross, we keep talking about her tonight, but none of her books have a rating lower than 4 stars.
That's crazy.
Nuts. She's written 8 books.
Wow. 9
books, something like that, and none of them are below a 4-star.
Get it, sister.
That's a feat.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing.
That's awesome. Well, as we're rounding out the end of 2025, we still could have some things that we add to this list, so you can check our socials. It's not done yet, but we're going to give you a rundown of our 5-star reads that we had for 2025. So if you want to catch some of our 5-star reads that you know that we definitely highly recommend. I've got 12 so far.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll start from the top. I did them in order of when I read them.
That's how I did it.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I started with Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams.
Love it.
We've already said.
Phenomenal.
Can't recommend enough. The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. Not new this year, but new to me. A novella that was also new to us this year, which maybe came out this year, if not the year before.
Yeah, I don't know.
By Christina Lauren, which is the exception to the rule.
So good.
Will read every Valentine's Day for the rest of my life. Play Along by Liz Tomforty, which is the Windy City series, which again was a surprise series for me. Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage.
I forgot about that. Yes,
I did. I loved Teddy Baby.
Love her. Love
Teddy Baby and Gus.
Love.
Then Unloved by Peyton Corinne, my queen. I love that book. Gloves Off by Stephanie Archer. I read those 4 books like almost within a month of each other, and
That's
I was like
nuts.
I've read a lot of 5-star reads. Like, this can't, like, am I? And I was like, am I overrating them? Am I underrating them? What am I doing here? And that's fine. Then I had a reread of The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Gave it 5 stars again. Then I had another reread of The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. Another 5 stars again.
Solid.
When me and KG did our Briar Universe dive. And then recently, I didn't have any 5 stars for a hot minute. I skipped one. Sorry. When I was doing the off-campus series, I also gave The Dixon Rule.
It was so
5
good.
stars.
Surprised me. That was a surprise.
It was a surprise. Yeah, you're right. That was a surprise to me. And I mean, I love Elle Kennedy, but I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did. So I also Dixon Rule. But then there was a big leap in time.
Yeah.
And after that big gap, I read Chestnut Checkers by Anna Conwell, and it was so cute. I could find no fault. I was like,
wait to read it.
I was like, 5 stars. You got to have it. Like, it was so cute.
I can't wait.
And then my last book that I read recently was The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore, which I have told you guys, I don't know why you were lying to me about the Dream Harbor series, and I'm a little upset it took me this long, but I'm glad I'm finally there, and it was so, so good. So,
I love it. What a good list.
So far, my 5 stars of 2025.
I love it. That's a great list.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
What's yours?
Here's mine. Number 1, Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams.
Yep.
We have already talked about it a lot. It
Love
is
it, love it,
flawless.
love it.
Loved it. Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I loved it. Loved everything about it. I thought it was great. Number 3, I've already talked about a lot of these. Number 3, You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. If you haven't read it, it's so underrated. Number 4 was The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I loved this book. I had heard so many good things, but I didn't know if it would live up to the hype, and it lived up to the hype for me. I really loved it. Number 5 was Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I've already talked about it. It was my number 1 book of the year.
Love it.
I loved everything about it. And then number 6, Wes and Addie Had Their Chance by Bethany Turner. I love this book. She was my surprise author, or my favorite author that I discovered this year. This book, I did not expect to love it as much as I did, but I did. I loved it. So that one, these are recents that I haven't got to talk about very much on the podcast. Yeah. But number 7, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison.
Can't wait to read it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because, as we talked about, First Time Caller was a disappointment. BK We Know and Love was back for this book.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. It was so cozy. I feel like holiday romances a lot of times are a solid 3-star. You know, just like mid, they're cozy, a good time, but they're not memorable always.
Right.
This one was memorable. And the sequel, the way she ended the book, I cannot wait. Like, it's such a unique concept, and I can't wait. So she's got something special here. Like, very special. And then last 4 like novels, and then I have 2 novellas. But the last novel that I gave 5 stars to this year is A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. This was in the Elements of Cadence duology. I just read this and I loved it. It gave me everything I wanted to in this series. It was a fantastic conclusion. I am a little bit mad and hope that she comes out with some novella or something, because there was one character that we didn't get to see something happen that I wanted to see happen. But I still loved it nonetheless. It was so cozy. It had everything I wanted, and it was very good.
You can ask her about it in January.
That's such a good point. Wait, we always talk about we don't know what to ask authors when they're like, Q&A, open the thing.
This is it.
This is the question.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Thank you, Sammy.
I got you.
And then I had 2 novellas. My first one was Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren.
Loved
Sammy
it.
talked about it already. It is fantastic. I will be rereading it this year.
Yep.
For sure. It was so good. And then last but not least was 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This is also from the Crowns of Nyaxia series. And it was, these are the best 2 novellas I've ever read, for sure. And so it was great. It was a good year.
It was a good year. I loved all of these options here. If you haven't read them, we highly recommend.
These were our best of 2025. So.
5 stars. Yeah. Best of 2025. Also the worst of 2025. But the best of 2025 are what really matters.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you are still with us, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode. We hope that you are having a Merry Christmas or a good holiday season if you're a little bit after Christmas listening to this.
That's okay.
But we hope that you're having a great Christmas season. And we hope that you read some of these. If you haven't already, you add them to your TBR. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave us a rating, a positive one, or any feedback. We love to learn and we love to get better to help you guys out. So
yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye.